what I'm freaking talking about. Oh, fuck. There it is.
What's up, guys? Hunter Sales here for this week's Fish Jeffco fishing report. We're talking about Douglas Lake. It's April 3rd. The water temperature is 59-ish degrees. Coming up steady. It's that time of year. You know, the fish are headed to the bank. We're coming off of a full moon, but man, they really have spawning on their mind, and so the fishing has been really good. I'm going to run over 4 setups that you can use this week to put a lot of fish in the boat. A lot of it's similar to last week's report on Cherokee, but a little bit different. So the same color jerkbait, the Megabass Elegy bone, this is the +1. That +1's getting down a little deeper. It seems like the fish out here are on a little bit steeper stuff than they were on Cherokee. So what I'm doing with that +1 is, you know, mid-lake and down, you see some of the slate banks, you know, where the slate banks come to a point. Smallmouth, largemouth, everything, you know, will be on those slate banks. Take that +1, throw it across the point, and just a steady retrieve. You know, I talked about on Cherokee, fishing it really fast was getting bit. On Douglas, it seems like a more steady retrieve is probably better. I think that's due to the number of largemouth that are biting it versus the smallmouth on Cherokee. The second bait, and I talked about this on Cherokee as well, and it's just that time of year. The Megabass Magdraft, this is a 6-inch and Albino pearl. See if I can get it over here to the camera. There you go. They've been biting that thing really well also. And I'm fishing that in a lot of the same places. Those slate banks, 45 degrees, and just winding that thing slow, just right out of sight. Getting a lot of bites and getting a lot of really good bites. The Magdraft, I'm throwing it on 17-pound InvizX. A lot of people really oversize the line on that, and I think that kind of dampers the action, and so I like 17. The next bait, springtime staple, the Z-Man Jackhammer. This is a 1/2 ounce in dirty white. I added a little bit of chartreuse to my trailer there. I've been fishing this more on the upper end of the lake, to be honest, on some of the flat stuff. There's a little bit of color in the water, and they're biting that really well. So on that, what I'm doing, like I said, the flat stuff, I want to sit about 1.5 casts off the bank and throw it kind of at a 45-degree angle towards the bank until you figure out which depth zone they're in. You know, if they're right up on the bank, then you're going to get up there and parallel it. If they're out towards the boat, you know, you might sit 2 casts off the bank and parallel that way. And so really just kind of throwing that in the 45 until you figure out what's going on. The next thing is we got some smallmouth that are starting to get up and start thinking about spawning. It's that time of year. It's only going to get better. My favorite bait for that is the Z-Man TRD. This is just in green pumpkin. Let's see if I can get it over here. It's a 1/10 ounce head. And just fishing that down the same 45-degree steeper stuff. You can get a ton of bites with the smallmouth are up spawning. Never really any great big ones, it doesn't seem like, but a lot of 2.5, you know, some 3-pounders mixed in. 15-pound flash green, because around the spawn, you know, bites are subtle. I feel like I'm saying that all the time nowadays with fishing pressures. Bites are subtle. That flash green, you can really see your line tick. I'm throwing that on an 8-pound Tatsu leader. So that's kind of what's going out on Douglas Lake. If you got any questions as far as how the fish are acting, leave a comment in the comment section. I appreciate you guys watching, and enjoy your week on the water.